Welcome to Bobel's 12th episode of Age Joyfully, the podcast. 1 year ago, our managing director, Ms. Ruby Sia, and I started this podcast to have real, honest conversations about aging and the challenges it brings. 12 episodes later, we're still learning, asking burning questions you have, and sharing what we've discovered with you. Now, in this episode, we'll discuss how resting is actually a business strategy. Many of us have been taught that being busy is a sign of success. But what if the people who perform at the highest aren't the ones who work the longest? Let's find out. Hi, Miss Ruby. Have you ever felt guilty about taking rest?
Yes, definitely. For many years, I believed that being constantly busy meant I was responsible, productive, and committed. As an entrepreneur and a leader, there was always another decision to make, another person to support, or another problem to solve. Rest sometimes felt like something I had to earn. But I've learned that rest is not laziness, and it is not a reward that comes only after everything is completed. Because in business, the work is never truly finished. Rest is part of taking responsibility for ourselves. The body needs time to repair, the mind needs space to become clear, and the soul needs moments of stillness to reconnect with what truly matters. Today, I no longer see rest as stepping away from success. I see it as protecting the energy that allows me to continue leading, creating, and serving others with joy.
So, as a leader, how has your mindset changed over the years about taking rest?
In my younger days, I thought leadership was about endurance, how much pressure I could carry, how many hours I could work, and how quickly I could respond to every situation. And over the years, I realized that good leadership is not only about managing time, it is about managing energy. When we are physically exhausted, mentally overloaded, or emotionally depleted, we may still be working, but we are not necessarily doing our best work. A well-rested leader listens more carefully, responds rather than reacts, and makes decisions with greater wisdom. Rest has therefore become part of my leadership strategy. And our Age Joyfully philosophy is not about slowing down because we are getting older. It is about becoming more conscious of how we use and restore our energy. When the body, mind, and soul are in harmony, we can lead with greater clarity, compassion, and purpose.
What actually made you realize that constantly pushing yourself was not a sustainable habit?
I began to understand that working longer did not always mean achieving more. There comes a point when the mind becomes less clear, patience becomes shorter, and even simple decisions feel like so difficult. The body also communicates with us. We may experience persistent tiredness, tension, poor sleep, or a general feeling that we are functioning but not truly flourishing. Sometimes the skin also reflects what is happening internally. It may look dull, tired, or less responsive despite using good skincare. Most importantly, I realized that success loses its meaning when we no longer have the energy or the joy to experience it. This was when I understood that self-care must go beyond the surface. We need to care for the whole woman, her tired body, her busy mind, her emotional needs, and her beautiful soul. Sustainable success must include recovery, otherwise we are simply borrowing energy from our future.
So, how do you know when your body or mind is asking for a break?
The signs often begin quietly. The body may feel unusually heavy, tensed, or tired, and our shoulders tighten. Our breathing becomes shallow. Our sleep is less refreshing, and our skin may appear dehydrated or very fatigued. The mind may become repetitive and restless. We may read the same message, struggle to concentrate, forget small things, or become impatient over matters that normally would not disturb us. The soul may feel disconnected. We stop enjoying things that once brought us happiness, and life begins to feel like a list of responsibilities rather than something we are fully present for. I've learned not to wait until the body forces me to stop. Fatigue is not a weakness, it is information. When we listen to these early signs and give ourselves permission to pause, we can restore balance before exhaustion becomes our normal way of living. My ideal routine is simple because winding down should not become another task to complete. I begin by creating a clear transition from my work to personal time. I put my phone aside, soften the lighting, and take a few slow conscious breaths. I may have a warm shower and perform my skincare routine slowly, treating it as a moment of care rather than something I rush through. I also use Bobel Lumina My Pulse Oil on the pulse points such as the temples, the wrists, behind the ears, and around the neck. I inhale gently and allow the aroma to remind my mind that the working day has ended. And I call this brain care before skin care. When the mind begins to settle, the body follows. I may end the day by reflecting one thing I'm grateful for. This nourishes the body, quietens the mind, and brings peace to the soul.
So, after a busy day, what does your ideal wind down routine look like?
One helpful ritual is to write down the 3 most important matters for the following day. Once they are written down, the mind no longer needs to keep repeating them out of fear that they will be forgotten. I then close the laptop, clear my immediate workspace, and tell myself today's work is complete. Tomorrow will have its own energy. That simple statement creates an emotional boundary between my professional responsibilities and my personal life. I would like to pause for 3 very slow breaths before leaving work or entering my home. With every exhalation, I consciously release some of the tension from the day. These rituals may appear small, but repeated rituals teach the mind and body when it is safe to let go. We do not always need a long holiday to begin recovering. Sometimes recovery begins with a few intentional minutes between one part of our life and the next.
Are there any small habits or rituals that you do to help you leave work at work?
I would say, do not try to force yourself to switch off instantly. After a demanding day, the mind cannot always move from high activity to complete stillness at the press of a button. Instead, create a gentle bridge between activity and the rest. Begin with 5 minutes without your phone. Take a shower, listen to calming music, practice slow breathing, or use a comforting aroma that your mind can associate with relaxation. Most importantly, release the guilt. Rest does not mean that you are neglecting your responsibilities. It means you are restoring your ability to meet those responsibilities well. You are a human being, not a machine. Your value is not determined by how exhausted you are at the end of the day. Give yourself permission to pause. In that pause, your body repairs, the mind reorganizes, and the soul returns to itself.
What is one small habit you'd recommend to people to start today so that they can recover better and age joyfully?
Protect the final 10 minutes of your day. For those 10 minutes, put away your screen, slow your breathing, and allow yourself to be completely present. You may apply your skincare mindfully, use My Pulse Oil, stretch gently, or simply sit in silence. Ask yourself 3 very simple questions. What can my body release today? What can my mind put down? What can my soul be grateful for? Aging joyfully is not only about the number of years we live. It is about the quality of energy we carry through those years. When we practice a small recovery ritual every evening, we are telling ourselves, my well-being matters too. That daily message gradually changes the way we sleep, we work, lead, and live. Rest becomes not an escape from life, but an essential part of living life beautifully.
Thank you everyone for listening to us today. I hope everyone learned that taking rest is actually something that you do not have to feel guilty about. You need rest to become a better person tomorrow, to wake up a more, better person, more energized, that you can give more to the community the next day. So I hope you took away whatever Miss Ruby has spoke to us today about, and you'll apply it in your lives as well. Do remember to follow us on our socials, our Facebook, Instagram, as well as the podcast you're listening to us today on Spotify. Thank you so much.